I want to talk to you about my dog. Can I tell you about my dog? Okay. Where are you, Robin? There you
I'm here.
There you are. First of all, just let me reiterate, thank you to Dan Martone and Joe Martone for sitting in for Robin and I while we were away.
Yes, thank you.
This past Thursday and Friday, and of course we were actually gone. Let's see, we left Wednesday. We got to Chattanooga Wednesday evening, and we were there Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday, and then Sunday morning we left.
Yes.
And we got back yesterday afternoon. It was raining the whole time we were there.
Yesterday evening, late.
So this was
8:30.
I'll see if I can squeeze in why we went and what we did.
Okay.
But before I do that, I want to tell you about my dog. Because she was part of my planning to do this. My dog is an old dog. She will be 15 years old on December 1st. That's her birthday. And she has some tumors. She's got a really large tumor. I don't know if they're benign or not. I think they may be. But I don't really know. But the point is that the vets say that if you, at her age, give her anesthesia to remove the tumors, the anesthesia could end up killing her. You're better off just at 15 years old, just leave the tumors on there. She doesn't seem to be in pain. You know, she walks gingerly. She's probably got some arthritis or something like that. Sometimes she needs help getting up. And so with those geriatric doggy issues, I thought, okay, by the way, I wonder how Dan and Joe did with, oh gosh, who's the lady we was like talking to that was? Charlotte Reed.
Charlotte Reed, yeah.
Oh, I wonder how that went.
Yeah,
Charlotte,
she's a lot of fun.
Always fun. I bet you they had a good time. So anyway, she's a geriatric dog. Sometimes I have thought she's a hospice dog. Sometimes I have thought I'm actually taking care of my dog like you would take care of a hospice patient. But then other times I don't think that. She seems fine. But she's definitely an old dog. So I said, well, gosh, I wonder if any kennel will take her because I can't take her. I've never not been able to take my dog because I've always made sure that every place I go, I could take my dog. If I had to go someplace where I had to spend the night someplace, I would go to a campground because campgrounds take dogs. Yeah. Okay. But this was different. This was a business meeting. We had to go. It's in our best interest for what we're trying to do outside of this radio show. We do the music, you know. So this was a really cool opportunity for us, and I'll explain that later. But sticking to the dog story. So I went to the vet, and the vet said, well, we don't have 24-hour-a-day care here. You're going to have to find a place that does. And so they were really nice. My vet is at Marion Animal Hospital. They're so sweet, beautiful. I love them all. And so we did find one. And these people were beautiful and sweet and lovely. And they're down in Bellevue. They're called All About Cats and Dogs Resort. They were wonderful people. Beautiful place. I would recommend it in a minute. So we brought the dog down there to show them, you know, that she's old, so they could make a decision, should we keep her or not?
Like a week before the trip.
Yeah, we went a week before. And then the day, of course, of the trip, we brought her in there. And they looked her over. They said, oh, yeah, we could take care of her, no problem. Which, I am not criticizing them. They were wonderful. Yeah. But what happened is, I called my son, Alex, and I said, Alex, the dog is in A, B, C, D, whatever it's called. Just go visit her. You know, just say hi. I feel bad. I never have left her like this before. She's going to be missing me. So she'll know you, because I got the dog when Alex was, let's see, she's 15. Alex is almost 30. So Alex was like 16 years old or something like that when I got the dog. Okay. So 24 hours after we brought the dog to the place, we left. And I said to Robin, I said, well, 24 hours, she must be okay. She's doing okay. They would have called me by now if everything wasn't all right. So I felt comfortable about leaving. 130 miles from here. 130 miles from here, my son calls me. And they had called him, and they had said, basically, look, we can't keep the dog here. She's too much work. Would you please come get her? And then Alex called me, and I said, oh, my gosh, well, what happened in one day? Yeah. I mean, what happened? Well, he was emotional, and he said, it looks like maybe she needs to be put down. I said, oh, my gosh. because he hadn't seen her in a long time. The truth is, if you see her for the first time, you might think that. But but she's been like this for several months. Like I say, I thought she was a hospice dog sometimes.
Yeah.
And she might be. I don't know. But
But she eats and...
But she eats. She's got bright eyes. She wags her tail when she sees me. She takes a little walk. Sometimes she's wobbly when she poops. But
but she walks good.
She walks. It is a lot of work. I understand this. So anyway, we made the decision, and thank you, Alex, so much. My son Alex went to get the dog, and he took care of her.
Yes, he did.
Basically, that's
thank you, Alex.
Bottom line. So my thought of this is this, and this is an entrepreneurial idea out there for somebody who loves dogs. We need to have. Do you agree with this, or is this going to be too much of an expense for people? We need to have like a doggy place. And a cat place too, I guess. A pet place for geriatric animals. So that when you have to go away, you have people on staff who know specifically, okay, these are not your normal run-around barking dogs.
Right.
These are the dogs that require a little extra, just like a geriatric person. They require a little extra care. Or assisted living. And assisted living for dogs.
Exactly.
And it could be daycare, but in my case, it would have had to been 24 hours for, 4 days we were gone?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just an entrepreneurial idea.
It's a good idea. It's a great one.
I don't know how many people would actually use that idea. I mean, how many people with a dog that is old? Because I'll be honest with you. I know so many people who probably would tell me, have her put down.
I know. And she's not that way.
I don't feel like I can't. I thought that, when I was listening to them describe it to me, I thought, okay, something happened in the last day when she went downhill drastically, and it was just God's will that she just takes a nosedive after we leave. Or maybe she was just so sad she took a nosedive. But now I'm thinking that wasn't the case at all. I'm thinking now that what happened was that they just didn't ever see a dog like her.
Yeah, exactly.
Good morning, you're on the air. Thank you for calling, by the way.
They should have seen dogs like her, because so many dogs at the end of their life become like that. They have the tumors, they walk slow, they can't get up real well. But like you said, as long as they're eating, doing their daily jobs, going outside, and their tails are wagging, then you give them as quality of life as long as you can, and I think you did a wonderful thing. And I think she just waited until you were gone because she wanted to make it easier for you.
But she didn't die.
Oh, she didn't? I thought you said Alex put her down.
No. Alex took her home.
Alex took her home and took care of her.
Took care of her the whole...
Okay, so she's still here, which is good.
Right.
Yes.
That brings on what I originally was trying to call for, and then I was listening, and I thought she had gotten put down. When you take her to the vet, did they do the blood work?
Yeah, they did everything.
Yep, and she's up to date on shots and everything.
Blood work, if that was like a cancerous tumor, her white blood cells would be sky high.
Well, maybe they didn't do blood work.
That's happened to Murphy. Remember my lab I put down on Valentine's Day? He had a huge tumor on his side. And then he started not wanting to eat, and then he got real lethargic. And they did blood work, and it was sky high, and that was was cancer.
Well,
they did draw blood and do blood work.
This might be a fatty tumor, and the dog might have a lot of time left.
I honestly don't know. I said yes, they did blood work, but I could be wrong. Maybe they did something, but it was.
If they do it, they can tell, and then But boy, I'm glad. I was really sitting here really sad because I thought your baby got put down. But then I thought, oh,
no. When I got home
and made it easy for you.
When I got home yesterday, I mean, the dog was happy. She was wagging her tail, and
she got up,
like very slow. Hey, where you been?
Yeah.
Where the heck you been?
She's fine.
Yeah.
She's fine, and some people, like you said, it's just a lot of work, to take care of them, and they should have a place.
That's what I think.
It'd be a great opportunity for somebody to open up. We have at the shelter. I don't know if you've seen on Facebook, but we had 2 dogs that we called out for hospice care because they both had cancer.
Oh.
And we wanted to get them in. We wanted to get them in a good home, for their last days. And
right.
From the community stepped up, and now those dogs are having hospice care in a loving home. So it's just a great thing, And they got time. They got time yet. They're just, they got the cancer, but let's give them quality of life. But,
right. Yeah. So I'm glad it worked out the way it did. But it's hard to tell when people call you about your dog, who've never seen your dog before, because they think they're seeing the worst thing that could be possible, and well, she's been that way for like 4 months or
right.
Right,
well,
exactly. I seen her when she was healthy, and she was probably more weight, and didn't have the big tumor and could move faster, you know, and we see them every day. So today, that's just how they look, you know. They're getting old.
Right.
You know, dogs get old, but I'm glad she didn't pass. I thought that you had to put her down.
Yeah. Well, my guess is that
she's. What a great dog, though. To wait until you leave, you know.
Yeah, really. And you want to know something? That's what I thought was happening. I thought that, I don't know if it would have been her decision as much as just the way it worked out.
They tell you when it's time. They really do. They tell you, you know.
That's what they say. Well, thank you, Linda.
Yeah, I know Murphy did. Yeah, he said he wouldn't come in the house one morning. He always comes in the house for breakfast, so that was it. Take care.
Thank you, Linda. Good morning. You're on the air.
Hey, good morning, guys. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Let me share a real quick story with you about my dog, if you don't mind.
Sure, go ahead.
You know, I've had her since she was born, basically. And about 5 years ago, when my wife and I got together, it didn't seem, I didn't know there was any issue whatsoever, but then she started complaining that she didn't like my dog. And, it got really bad. I mean, it got to the point where I had to make a decision between the two of them, actually. And, you know, I did a lot of thinking, a lot of, and I said, well, I couldn't just, I didn't know what to do.
Right,
so I thought, well, I either gonna get rid of her or put her down.
Right.
So I decided I talked to the doctor about putting her down. And he said, Mike, he says, I'll tell you what, he said, I know how much you care, he said, but I just can't kill your wife.
Thank you, Mike. This is WOCA account.
Bog Street Radio, I'm Pat O'Neill. At least 7 known dead on the eastern seaboard from storms in recent days, much of the damage in South Carolina.
One of the hardest hit areas is the state capital, Columbia, pummeled with about a foot of rain over the weekend. The floodwaters destroying hundreds of homes and businesses. Hundreds of National Guard troops were also deployed to help with recovery efforts.
Fox's Joe Waldman.